Class, in this new math lesson, this is Unit 2, Lesson 2, Unit 2, Lesson 2, we are going to be adding or subtracting exact amounts. No more estimating for this lesson. But we get to use a place value chart. This is awesome. Here's how it works. Let me show you how I do it. You see how I have this set up. 1 4/10 plus 7/10. I only have a place value chart for the ones and the tenths because that's all I have, ones and tenths. No need to put hundredths or tens. So let me start with the 1 4/10. So I've got 1 whole, 4/10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I add to that how many tenths? 7. So I'm going to show that in a slightly separate spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. Now, can we see any bundling that could happen? Yes, we do. We see we can make 10 with those tenths. I've got 7 down here. 3 more would make 10. So I'm going to bundle 10. And of course, where does that group of 10 go? Always, when you make 10, it moves to the left on the place value chart to the next value. 10 tenths equals 1 1. Boom. Let me just pop it there. Now, what do I actually have here? What is that actually showing? It's showing 2 ones. How many tenths left over? Just the tiny one. 1/10. 2 and 1/10. That's it. Now that's for adding. We're going to work on a subtraction one together too. That was 2 and 1/10. Now here we have 2 and 42/100. Now we've got to take away 1 and 24/100 from that. So I've set up my place value chart. I included my decimal point. That's important to know that after the ones place, the decimal exists, then there's the tenths, which are tiny. The tenths are like fractions, right? So are hundredths, they're fractions. We could rewrite the tenths like this. A tenth is simply 1 over 10. 100th is simply 1 out of 100. Tiny, minuscule values. So, let's start off. The first step you must do is placing the value, the greater value that you have to subtract from. So we've got 2 ones, 4/10, and 2/100. Now, when I subtract, I take away. So I'm going to be crossing off my little dots to keep track of everything. Now, let's look to here. What are we removing? Well, let's start from the smallest value. Just like you would start subtracting any other type of problem, you would start at the smallest side and work your way across that way. So the smallest value here is hundredths, so let's start with there. I have to take away 4/100, but I don't have 4/100. I've only got 2. How am I supposed to take away 4 when there's only 2? Well, I can unbundle one of my tenths. We know that each tenth is equal to 10/100. So let's do that. Let's take this one away. Move it over to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, like these are the same, right? 1/10 is the same as 10/100. We know it's groups of 10, so I just helped. Now I can take away 4. I'm going to take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. This is what's left. All these little ones are what's left. And they stay. Now we try and take away the 2 in the 10th place. We're subtracting this now. Do we have 2/10? Yes. We can remove 2/10. Boom, there's enough. That was easy. Then we finally have to remove a 1 in the ones place. Do we have a single 1? Yes, and we actually have 2. So I can take away one of them. Our final answer here is 1.1/10. And how many hundredths? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hundredths are the ones that are not crossed out. 1 and 18 hundredths.